Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
This morning we're going to focus on our rabbits. This morning I'm tipping my hat to my beautiful wife standing inside the door laughing at me. We're really going to focus on our rabbits. Try to do a rabbit video some this morning. But I do want to talk about one thing. We have all got a little bit of a head cold. No, it's not COVID. We've all already, I think, probably had the COVID. We was around a bunch of folks that ended up getting it, and we all got sick, and we just quarantined ourselves here at the house. But we do have a cold, and this is what I want to talk about. A long time ago, somebody, actually it was my mom, so Mom, if you're watching this, I was sick, and I was whining when I was little. It didn't feel good. And I was just being extra whiny, right? Just over the top, you know how kids will be. And Mom actually looked at me one time and said, "You know, son, the world keeps spinning even when you're sick." And so this morning, I want to let you guys know, if you're planning on doing this, right? You want to have animals, you want to have a garden, you want to have rabbits and chickens and cows and pigs and all of that stuff, which we don't even have all that yet. We don't have any pigs or cows yet. But we have a garden, and our rabbits, and our chickens, and our quail, and our dog, and all of that. They don't care if you get sick, right? They don't take it. They're not just like, take a day off. I don't need to eat today, right? That's not the deal. Now, the weather's cooled off. They're not drinking as much water, so we probably could, honestly, just lay back today and not have to worry about it too much. But we're gonna go out. We're gonna check them. Luella's out here with me. Helping me. She's my big helper when it comes to rabbits, especially. She likes taking care of her rabbits, and she's not feeling good either. She's getting to rock her sweatpants and chicken boots today, so she's pretty excited about that.
And tell them that mine are purple and pink.
Yeah, you got pink chicky boots, right?
Yeah.
And so the sunshine's good for you when you're sick. Gets the vitamin D running through your system. It's really good for you. It's not all that cool. It's October, like what, the 7th? Today's supposed to be 85 degrees. It's going to get hot today for this time of year. But anyhow, we're going to take you guys along. This morning we got morning chores, so we got to feed the chickens and water them. Got to feed and water the quail. Got to feed and water the rabbits. Feed and water the dog. And we are going to use solar power to try to dry our clothes, right? So it's kind of my joke. We just hang our clothes out on the line when the weather's nice. So we're going to do that this morning. And that all still has to get done even when we don't feel good. Isn't that right, Sissy? Is that right? Uh-huh. All right, guys. Next time you see this video recording, we will probably be showing you our rabbits. Thanks, guys. If you want to learn about rabbits, you want to learn about some mistakes that we have made and some things that we think have went well, we'll clue you in on that. We got some brand new babies that was just born 2 or 3 days ago that we'll show you guys. Hopefully they're all still alive. And we'll try to show you guys, or teach you guys what we know anyway, which isn't very much because we haven't been doing it very long. Thanks, guys, for watching. Remember, if you like the content, if you like our content we're trying to produce, please like and subscribe to our page. That way you get the latest videos and all that good stuff. And truthfully, it can help us out, and we can help y'all out by learning from our mistakes and be willing to be vulnerable by putting ourselves out here, I guess. But guys, thanks for watching. Come along with us, and we'll show you all about the delicious, tasty rabbit. Isn't that right, Sissy? So here is our grow out pen that we grow our rabbits out on. It's a little tractor. We just drag it across the grass. And let them eat the grass, and then we feed them feed. It's always available. The feed's always available. They can get it whenever they want it, and they're good to go. But we come across something disturbing this morning. I don't know what happened. As you can see there, we've got two. Dead. A white and a black one, just dead.
Yeah, and the white one is dead.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what happened. I've been watching these rabbits. We've put them in this grow out pen before, other babies, and never had any issue. We just move them every day and let them eat the grass, and then we make sure they got good water, good clean water, good clean food source.
Yeah, but one dead.
But there's two of them dead. Nothing that I can tell was able to get into the cage and kill them. The cage is all intact and together. So I don't know what happened. We'll kind of keep our eyes out and watch. I don't know if they got stressed out and like had a heart attack, or if they killed each other, if they got to fighting for some reason. They got a couple more weeks till they're ready to butcher, so I don't know. I have no idea what happened. Some of you rabbit people probably know, right? I don't know if they had that. They can get a liver disease that kills them sometimes. I don't know if that's what happened or what. I've never had them die at this age. I've had newborns die, but unfortunately, this is part of this lifestyle. This does happen. I'm not sure what exactly happened. I don't know if their cage, if we need to give them a good cleaning on their cage here. We've raised several sets of grow outs through this cage and never had an issue. When I butchered them, they always look good. So I'm not sure what happened. And this, this is our female that we bought. And we bought her without having a hutch for her because I found them really cheap. And so I've got a plan. I need to get her in the hutch, but we just got her in the other side of this grow out pen. It works just fine. We actually really like it. So we'll try to figure out what happened. I have no idea what happened to those other two. Hopefully the rest of them will be okay. Maybe they just got stressed out. Maybe something was up here bothering them last night and they just got stressed out. But this is kind of our general setup for our grow outs. It usually works really good. So I'm not sure what happened. Guys, stay tuned and we'll show you the big rabbits here in a minute. So rabbits get a lot of their food from this grass. And so we are going to this morning try to figure out how to hold the camera and do this. Alright, so we just pull handfuls and handfuls of grass for our big rabbits. And they get the biggest amount of feed when we have green grass from that. In fact, they love it. They'll eat this way before they eat the pellets you get from the feed store for your meat rabbits. They love this grass. It's super good for them. A bag of feed. Let's see, we've got 5 adult rabbits plus whatever babies we're feeding. And yeah, Sweet Pea.
I can't feed them.
Okay, Daddy will get down there and look, okay? Having trouble this morning?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, a bag of feed will last us like a month. Not because we won't feed them. We keep feeding their feeders all the time. But we make sure they get plenty of grass. And they really like grass. Are you helping me? Let's see that. A little bit more. So, you know what you're probably thinking. Get up. You're going to get your hind end wet. I know what you're probably thinking. I don't have time for this. This takes longer recording than it does anything else. But to feed our chickens, our rabbits, feed and water them, quail, dog, all of that, it takes about an extra 30 minutes if I'm not in a hurry. I can do it in like 15 if I blast through it. So an extra 30 to 15 to 30 minutes, call it 45 if you really want to take your time. That's a small price to pay to be a little bit more self-reliant, to know where your food's coming from, and all of that good stuff. So now that we've pulled the grass, we will walk down here and take a look at the rabbits. You want to carry the bucket of grass down to them, sweetheart?
Yeah,
okay, that's plenty. That's good. All right, guys, let's head that way. So, the baby rabbits, we inspected them. Couldn't find anything what I would call wrong. Hind ends look good. Everything looked good. And so, what we're going to do, and I used to be really good at doing it, and I just slacked off. Put a little bit of apple cider vinegar in all the animals' water. Seems to keep them healthy, keeps our chickens from getting wormy. It seems to anyhow. Our rabbits seems to help keep them healthy. They don't ever show any signs of illness usually when I'm doing that. And so I don't know if they got into something, some sort of infection, got to eating their own poop. I don't know what happened. So we laid a little bit of apple cider vinegar to the ones that are alive and moved their pen further down. So hopefully the other ones will be okay, I hope. I'm going to be really disappointed if we lose that batch of rabbits. So this morning we're going to feed the big rabbits now, the breeders, and I'll show you the brand new babies we just had a few days ago. So you guys can kind of see the itty bitty babies that's in there. I think there's like 8 of them, maybe 9, something like that. Those are our brand new ones. They're just a few days old. And this is their mama, Aunt Jemima, eating the grass that we talked about. So let's talk a little bit about rabbits and some of the do's and don'ts that I have learned anyway, which obviously isn't much since I just showed you guys the dead babies. So here is Butch. He's one of our breed males. And Jack, Hissen's Luella, she bought with her birthday money. And this is Smokey, a new female that also Luella paid for one of these females. And we got the other female over there. This is Scarface. We're going to have to put a nesting box in her pen by Friday, because she should be having some. And then of course Aunt Jemima. Don't pull on that water hose, babe. And these are the little metal feeders we've bought at the feed store. They're pretty cheap actually. As you can see, we've still got one of the original wood ones here that I built. But so this particular rabbit hutch, we just cut down a couple of pine trees here at the place. And as you can kind of get you close there, we just debarked it and stapled some wire to it and made a little 5-bay hutch here. So the base of this hutch is not original to the hutch. We had a big storm come by when I first built it and blowed it over and destroyed the bottom of the original hutch. And so I had to hurry around and do this. They were on the ground for a couple of days, so that's why these lids are up here. The doors, it's kind of a pieced together contraption because at the time when we built it, we didn't have any spare money really to spend on it. So we just kind of had to use what we had around, and we kind of made it work. And it works. It works good. The only thing I don't like, it works great for the males, but the females and their babies, it's a little tight. So when I build the new one, this will eventually, I don't know, I may eventually just give this one away to somebody that wants to start raising rabbits. I hate to sell it. It's so pieced together. I might try to sell it. It's solid. It ain't going nowhere, that's for sure. To somebody that might want to get into rabbits, but eventually we'll build some bigger hutches with some more room. Now there's plenty, you know, they're 24-inch cages, a little wider than that actually. They're 24 inches deep and they're wider than they are deep. But anyway, it just seems too small really. I don't like it, and so we'll try to make it a little bit bigger. This is our automatic watering system. Don't play in that. That's got rabbit poop in it. We was digging looking for worms to go fishing the other day, and so she's playing in that dirt. It'd be good for the immune system maybe. So here's our bucket. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's just got some connections that I've glued in and then tightened the wire cables down. And we've actually got chicken nipples on the end of the plastic tubing there. It works really good.
Am I showing the chickens?
Yeah, we're not going to show them the chickens today. We're mostly going to focus on rabbits. So basically the process is this, right? You put a female in with one of the males. The males will mount them, and they will, when they've done their deed, they'll literally just fall off, right? They almost look like they pass out. And so in that moment, you want to have 3 of those, 3 really good fall-offs to know for sure that your female is bred. But I will tell you from experience that 1 fall-off is enough. We had a little mishap. I had Aunt Jemima bred to Butch, and there was just 1 good fall-off, and then she wouldn't let him breed no more. And I got frustrated and put her back in her cage. Thought, well, I'll give him a few weeks and see if she'll do it again, or a couple of weeks. And I noticed she was getting big, and so I told the wife, man, I think she's probably pregnant. And so I ran it back in my head. I thought I had the dates pretty close, and the day I was going to put the nesting box in, she had already had the baby in her cage with no nesting box. So I hurried around and put the nesting box in, like she just had them that morning. Hurried around, put the nesting box in, tried to put the babies in there with some hay, but she never would take to them, and they died. Now, I noticed that I didn't think she was taking to them, and in that moment, I should have brought them in and maybe tried to feed them up. My wife looked up a recipe on how to make some milk mix to feed baby rabbits when they're that little, and I thought, well, surely she'll take them, right? This is a learning process. We've never had rabbits before, so this is all, we're going to lose a few, and we know that. And not that we want to lose any, not that we won't do the best we can, but we're learning. And there's only so much you can learn watching YouTube videos, right? The rest of it, you need to get in and do it yourself. And so we lost a whole litter of like 9 rabbits because I did not think properly, right? So that's what happened. So you take the doe over to the male. You have 3 good fall-offs, but if you even have 1, make sure you write the date down so you can get a nesting box in there. So then they spend about 4 weeks in the cage with their mama. And about the time I notice that they're not really getting any milk off mama, they're eating the grass good, they're eating pellets good, they're drinking the water, that's usually about 4 weeks. They go to the grow-out pen, which is up there, right? The one that had the dead rabbits in it this morning. They go to the grow-out pen and they spend another 4 weeks in there, eating grass that I drag across the yard. They eat that grass and they eat their pellets and they get their water, and then about 4 weeks there and they are ready to butcher. And so it's about an 8-week, so you breed them, right? I think it's 30 or 31 days after they're bred that they have babies, and then it's 8 weeks after that. So you're looking at, what, 3 months from the time they're bred until you're ready to eat some fresh rabbit. So that's kind of our do's and don'ts, right? Never take the male to the female's pen because they're extremely territorial. So take the female to the male's pen. 3 good fall-offs. Make sure you put a nesting box in there. I like to put it in there about 2 or 3 days before they have their babies. You put your hay in there. You'll notice them grabbing grass and stuffing it and rearranging the nest how a mama will do. And then right before they have them, in our experience, they'll pull a bunch of their fur out to pad the nest and all that good stuff. That's how you know for sure, like, man, they have got pregnant and they'll have babies anytime. And then once they have babies, you really don't have to do a whole lot. I kind of check on them. Now, we have lost some, especially in that itty-bitty baby stage, right? So I put the nesting box in there one time. The first time, didn't wire it down, didn't think about it, and it moved and crushed one. And then we've lost a runt, or a couple of runts. We ran it through a few litters through, and we have lost a couple of the runts here and there. But other than that, they seem to do really good. It seems like once they're about 2 or 3 weeks old, you can pretty well figure they're going to make it, except for this morning, obviously, you've seen. So this morning's kind of a rough morning. I really hate losing them 2 rabbits. Hope the other ones are going to be okay, because that's meat in our freezer. That's food on our table. That's things we use. So we tithe out of our rabbits and out of our chickens and out of our garden. So we give to the church. We use them as trading, to trade for things. And so that's rough this morning. That's a rough loss on them rabbits. If we were selling them, it'd be $8 or so a rabbit butchered out. So you're looking at $16 lost that way. You're looking at, if we sold them just as regular rabbits to somebody without butchering them, you're looking at least $20 lost. You're looking at a good dinner, one good, really good dinner. We'll fix 2 rabbits a lot of times with our dinner and all of our fixings and stuff. So we're talking about some serious loss even with those 2 rabbits. Now, it's not a cow, right? It's not $1,000, a couple $1,000. It's not a hog. It's not even a goat or a lamb, right? They're cheaper than that, but it's still aggravating. You put in all this work. You build the hutches, you water them every day, even on days like today when we're all sick and don't feel good. You water them, you feed them, you do all of that, and sometimes you lose one. But the trick is to learn from it, right? Not get discouraged and quit, but to learn from it. We've got a lot of quit in our nation. We've got a lot of don't want to put in the effort, and This stuff, it's all simple stuff. It's easy stuff. You just got to put in the effort. You got to put in a little bit of work. You gotta. Whoa! You guys went on a little ride there. You got to put in a little work, a little effort. So these little baby rabbits, right? They're cute. They're cuddly. They're fuzzy. They're real cute right now. But you got to remember that, like, the whole plan for them things is to be butchered. That's what's going to happen to them. But that's not a problem at our house, right? That's food on your table, all of that good stuff. And so, cover them back up with a little bit of fur here. Keep them nice and toasty. No need in losing any more rabbits today. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. This is our little video about rabbits. Our rabbit hutch built out of pine trees here on the place. Some wire, some tin we were able to score off of our grandma who was no longer using it. Basically, we've got wire and screws into this thing, money-wise. It's worked good for us. The only thing I would say, once again, is if you're going to raise female rabbits in nesting boxes and all of that, I'm going to make them a little bigger. I think they're too small. Probably like a 3-foot cage. Life would be a lot simpler. And I want to find a good way to keep my females and males both on the ground in tractors, pulling them over the grass, so I don't have to pull grass for them every morning. It don't take a lot of time, but if I can cut that amount of time out, at least in the summertime, I would be really happy. So if any of you guys have any ideas, feel free to comment down below with what happened to our other baby rabbits. I know there's probably no way of really knowing, but I'll always take people's opinions. Also, if you have any good ideas for rabbit tractors, right, down on the ground, something solid and good to keep predators out, but it still allows them to eat grass, that we don't have to pull grass every single day and feed them, we would highly appreciate that. Guys, thanks for watching. We will let you know. We got a canning video getting ready to come up that we're going to do. We're going to can some tomatoes and pepper rings and carrots and all that stuff. And so we'll talk about that some. We'll show you our chickens at a later date. We'll show you our quail at a later date. This morning we just wanted to show you guys these rabbits. Thank you guys for watching so much. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our page.